Hello again. Welcome. My name is Justin, and this is Jake here, and we are getting ready to make our Week 11 picks for this NFL season. Jake, last week was a bit of a disaster, so to speak. We had a lot of unexpected teams getting wins. But yeah, so I don't know, kid, do you just want to dive right into it? I didn't even bother asking how you were doing and what's going on, but I guess I'm ready to move on.
I'm doing well. I still have a little bit of your illness lingering that you transmuted over Zoom. So if I cough or sound congested, apologies, but that shouldn't affect my picking. I have no designation going into our preview video, so should be good to go.
Man, I guess something affected us last week, Jake, because like I said, we had a bad week last week. I think it's now the third week in a row. I finished at 7-7. I cannot get over 500, Jake. I'm just stuck there. But luckily for me, you took a dip below that. You went 6-8. Man, it was a rough week for us all. So for our total records for the season, I jumped back up to a 5-game lead on you. No, it was a 5-game lead. Now I'm at a 6-game lead. I got 98 wins to 51 losses, and you got 92 wins to 57 losses. Still a lot of football left, though, so that gap is not safe. It's not safe at all.
For sure. I just need one more good week, and I don't know. I texted you on Sunday. I don't know if the Detroit Lions tying. I feel like I should get a point for that, but if I didn't, that's okay. We'll revisit it at the end of the year. If it's a 1-game gap, we'll have to talk that out.
I mean, I counted it as a loss because I took the Steelers. So I can't take the L for that one and give you a Lions win. But hey, I was a bold pick and it almost worked out for you.
Almost. Nobody wanted to win that game. So
if we end up tying collectively at the end of the season, I'll give you the tiebreaker for that Lions upset pick.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right. So this week 11 here. There's a lot of interesting games here. I'm excited to get into this. Let's start off with the Thursday night game. It's probably already going to be over by the time you see this video, but it's the Patriots at the Falcons. Oh man, Falcons need to do everything they can to not go up by 28-3. I don't know. It feels like this is the first time since that Super Bowl, since these teams have matched up. So that's the first thing that came to mind. 28-3 joke. Gotta plug it in. But
always a straight bullet.
You gotta love the way the Patriots are playing right now with a rookie quarterback, Matt Jones, and Jacoby Myers, and this guy Stevenson now carrying the ball at running back. And they're putting up 40 points on like a 4-game winning streak. So they're playing really good. And I'm getting a little worried about it, this team in the AFC. I think they take care of business and beat Atlanta here. What about you?
I also have the Patriots, but I'm still not totally sold on New England. I feel like they're the new darlings of the AFC, but here we are, the Titans, the most disrespected team in the NFL, and everybody wants to talk about the New England Patriots and how great they are. Not looking ahead, Justin, but the Titans do have an important trip to Foxborough next week. Anyways, long story short, I think I have the New England Patriots winning on Thursday night. Atlanta is kind of creeping back into the in the hunt situation, but I don't think they get it done here. I think Belichick feasts in Atlanta. So give me the Patriots. See, I'm sick.
The Patriots? Yeah. Is that the slang for them?
Yeah.
Screw the Patriots game, man. Let's go see the Patriots play. See Mac Jones throw the ball.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, look at these Patriots. They're at 6-4 now, and that kind of leads into the next game because they are right on the heels of a Buffalo Bills team at 6-3 who don't have an easy task ahead of them. They've got an Indianapolis Colts team who's coming to town at 5-5, looking to assert themselves in the AFC wildcard race. So a big game for both of these teams. And if the Bills drop this one, and as we're expecting the Patriots to take care of business tonight, you're going to have same old story, New England Patriots leading the AFC East division. Just craziness. So we'll see, Jay. Can the Bills, they had a bounce back win last week. Colts I think they haven't lost since they lost to the Titans a few weeks ago. So both teams getting back on the right track. Who do you like here?
I want to take the Colts, and it pains Titans fans, to have a rooting interest in this game, but everything goes back to the Titans trying to crawl to that 1 seed. You want to cheer for the Colts, but I just feel like Buffalo at home this will be a knockdown, drag-out game. I think it's going to be a close game. Like you said, both teams have a lot to gain from picking up a win this weekend. But I think Buffalo gets it done at home in a close one. But, yeah, I got the Bills.
Yeah, that 7-point spread for the Bills does seem kind of high. Or it seems like a lot. I do think this is going to be a close game. You know what, Jake? I'm going to take this as my upset pick. I hate to say it, but I think the Colts go into Buffalo and take down these Bills. I don't know what that's going to say about the Colts for the rest of the season, if they're going to be able to earn a wild card spot. But getting this win would go a long way to that. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like the way they're playing. You got to love how Jonathan Taylor's running the football. Their defense is still pretty stout. And I'm kind of looking at it like a I can't lose situation, because if the Colts win, yay, I got the pick right. But if the Colts lose, I'm not super mad, because the Colts will have taken a loss, and that will give the Titans that another game closer to winning the AFC South officially. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with the Colts for that reason. But we'll see. It should be a good game. It's a rematch of last year's playoff game between them and Buffalo, when they had old Phillip Rivers. See if Carson Wentz can have better luck up there. But let's move on to the Baltimore Ravens. One of those teams why we had a bad week, Jake. They lost to the Miami Dolphins surprising fashion. You'll love to see it though, as a Titans fan. Yep. I was eating it up. But they got to travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Still don't know, what we're going to see out of the Bears. I mean, not super high on them. I'll just go ahead and throw my pick in there. I think the Ravens bounce back, and their defense is going to do enough to shut down Justin Fields in that offense. But their defense shut down the Miami offense, but the Ravens offense was so bad that all Miami had to do was lean on their defense, and they still weren't able to win that game. So yeah, I don't know. I got Baltimore to bounce back game. What about you?
I pondered this game being my upset pick just because watching the Ravens on Thursday night, they looked flat out disinterested, Justin. They didn't look like they really wanted to be playing in that game on a Thursday night. And, you can't blame them, short turnaround time. But now the Ravens get the mini bye playing on Thursday night, coming off a little extra rest. Chicago, just a mind-boggling team. You don't know if Justin Fields is going to be ready yet. He has glimpses and shows sparks of being that guy, but I still think he's hampered by the team around him, and especially coaching in the form of Matt Nagy. So I am going to take the safe pick here and take the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We'll see. Baltimore is one of those teams, they're going to be a playoff team, and you see them play against Miami and you're like, oh, maybe we have nothing to worry about. Like, who really is good in this AFC? And Titans obviously are looking the best so far, because you have these other top teams in the AFC taking these bad losses. But anyway, side rant. Let's move on to the next game here. We got the Detroit Lions, no longer totally defeated. They're still winless. They didn't lose, though. They didn't lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers last week, and they get to take on a Browns team in Cleveland. What happened to the Cleveland Browns, Jake? I'll let you take away this pick first. The Browns have got to bounce back against the Lions, right?
You would think so. And talk about a team you can't really get a feel for. The Browns, I feel like, are super dependent on Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt, or them both being in the lineup, because it seems once you pull those guys out of this Browns offense, they can't do anything. Putting up only 7 points last week in New England in an absolute clowning of a game. So it's you don't know if it's the same old Browns. Their roster is there, and then you have some addition by subtraction with getting Odell Beckham Jr. out of town, because that seemed to be a working formula when Odell wasn't there. Baker was better, but we really didn't see that in New England last Sunday. I have the Browns to bounce back, but it's only because they're playing the Detroit Lions. So give me Cleveland in this one.
Yeah, same way. It's really more to do with their opponent. Jared Goff, oh man, he's looking like one of the, if not the worst starting quarterback in the league right now. It's incredible to look at him play, and then to think back that Sean McVay took this quarterback to a Super Bowl. Yeah. Maybe it's part to do with the Lions, but that has not worked out whatsoever for them. But again, I digress. I got the Browns winning this game in a bounce back. I mean, I don't know what's going on. They've got the roster. Their defense seems great with Myles Garrett leading the charge. He leads the league in sacks. And they gave up 45 points to the rookie Mac Jones and all of the kind of unknown names on their offense. So not sure. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for the Browns. And, I mean, who better to play than the Lions to try to right your season and fix your problems? So, we're both going to go with the Browns here. Let's move on to a really big NFC North matchup, Jake. We got the Green Bay Packers now with Aaron Rodgers back in the fold, going against the Minnesota Vikings, who I correctly picked. It was kind of those coin flip games, but no. We both. I didn't pick this right. What am I talking about? We both picked the Chargers. Now I look stupid. So we both
sick brain, you know.
It's a sick brain. That's the cold messing with our picks. Of course, that's what it is. But man, a kind of a season-saving win for the Vikings last week. So they're going to have to keep it rolling at home against the Packers, who this by no means is a given. I don't think. I know they're only 4-5, but the Packers, you know, they look beatable still. 17-0 against the Seahawks last week for them. What do you make of that? You would think an Aaron Rodgers-led team would score more points than, you know, I think they had 3 points through 3 quarters of that game, just kind of a slugfest. But at the same time, on the flip side, they get a shutout from their defense. So I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to go with Minnesota, but I'm going to go safe, and I'm going to say the Packers get this win in Minnesota this week. What about you?
Like I've said all year, I watch a lot of Green Bay Packers football just because one of my best friends is a huge Packers fan. So I've watched them play the Vikings countless times. And it's just that big brother, little brother dynamic. You know, I feel like no matter what Minnesota does, Green Bay is going to have that leg up, especially if Aaron Rodgers is playing. It seems like he has such a stranglehold on that division when it comes to their opponents. So I am going to go with Green Bay on the road. And, you know, I think they're going to be the top seed in the NFC when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, if that defense keeps playing like it is, and Aaron Jones is a great running back, and he needs to get back to 100% healthy. But A.J. Dillon doesn't seem like a bad option at all. I sat him in fantasy last week like an idiot, and, of course, I lost by like 15 points. So
brutal.
As it goes. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. So we both got Packers here, but, should be a good game. Packers only favored by 1.5 points, so kind of a lot of respect given to the Vikings here.
Definitely.
From Vegas. But let's move on. Another divisional matchup here. 2 bottom dwellers in the AFC East, Dolphins at Jets. I'll be short with this one. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. And, if doing what they did against the Baltimore Ravens, that offense was super impressive. And I think that kind of was more of the Dolphins team people were more expecting to see coming into this year. And another interesting note here, Jake, if I take a look at their schedule, they play the Jets twice and the Giants once, and I think the Panthers are in there. If they win those games, you're looking at a 7-7 Dolphins team now, kind of out of nowhere. It could be possible. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the Dolphins over the next few weeks. I'm going to take them here to get the win in New York. What about you?
If I saw my Twitter analysis right and got a good glimpse of this game, I think Joe Flacco might be starting for the New York Jets this week. Obviously, the Mike White experiment and the aura of Mike White kind of went by the wayside last week with the Jets falling back down to earth, so to speak, if the Jets can fall back down to earth. But you know what? I'll take them this week. In a very kind of crapper of a game in the bottom basement of the AFC East, why not take the Jets at home? You know, they have a couple of surprise wins on the year, obviously against the Bengals, and I can't remember who else the Jets beat this year. But
no idea.
Give me the Jets at home for no other reason than I think Joe Flacco was starting, and I love rooting for chaos.
Hey, Broadway Joe 2.0. It's gonna happen. With the New York Jets. We'll see. They need a spark at quarterback desperately. They got one out of Mike White, and that was it. And no more
Super Bowl winning quarterback, Joe Flacco, you know. I mean, who's to say?
Yeah, catch that playoff magic from all those years ago. But all right, we'll see. Let's move on to the Saints coming off that loss to the Titans, going to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles in a pretty big game. Eagles kind of pushing themselves back into that wild card conversation, possibly. They still got work to do. And they have the Saints team, Jake, that is undermanned, with no Jameis Winston, no Michael Thomas. Is Alvin Kamara going to be back? That's going to be a big thing to watch. I would think so, possibly. But still, we saw this team up close last week, and I was pretty impressed. Their defense is no joke, and I'm going to go ahead and take them. I think, this team can beat the Eagles, even with mostly backups with their star powers out on offense. Sure, I'll take New Orleans to get this win here. And I was going to say it may be getting into must-win territory for them, but not really. I think they're one game behind the Bucs, and they have a win over them already. So Saints are still going to be alive for a while. That Tampa Bay win was huge for them, but I'll take them to win this game. What about you?
Justin, you took the words right out of my mouth about the Saints team, is that I thought they really impressed me. I mean, Trevor Siemian looked as good of a quarterback. He looked very serviceable as the leader of that offense. I saw Alvin Kamara is coming back to practice this week, so there's hope for him to play at least. I'm also going to take the Saints on the road here. I mean, I think it may be recency bias with how much they, held the Titans to a close game last week. But, I like the way that Sean Payton has this team going. And you're right, the defense is no joke, especially in the red zone. So they could probably cause some problems for Jalen Hurts and company. So give me New Orleans in this one.
Man, all right. Big Saints fans here at Titans Tube after that game last week. Who dat? Or who day? Which one?
Who day is the Bengals?
Oh, that's right. But what? Come on, guys. That's too close. It's too similar. I get those mixed up all the time. All right, let's move on to a couple of NFC teams who pulled off some big upsets last week. We got your Washington football team getting a win against Tampa Bay, going against this Cam Newton-led Panthers team once again. Cam Newton and the Panthers got it done against the Cardinals last week. I don't know, Jake. I'll let you take this one away. What happened? What's going on with these two teams? What do you make of the Panthers now? Are you buying this Cam Newton move now with the Panthers? It's a big win last week, but I don't know. I need to see more.
I get that Cam Newton brings a leadership and and an aura about him to a locker room. As love him or hate him on the field, or his bigger than life persona, the dude gets a locker room to buy in, and he is a good leader for football teams, and we've seen it. Throughout his career, especially in Carolina. So the honeymoon, the rekindling of Cam Newton and the Panthers, they go on the road to Arizona and beat a Colt McCoy-led, I think DeAndre Hopkins-less Arizona Cardinals team. And all of a sudden, the Panthers are world beaters and Cam is back. And oh my God, this and that. I'm not totally buying it yet, Justin. And how about the Washington football team putting it on Tom Brady and the Bucs last week? I'm going to go for them to get their second win. Ron Rivera is going to get a win against his old team and his old quarterback. And definitely just a big storyline weekend for them. Give me the football team because I'm not totally buying Cam being back.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. I forgot about that point. The old Ron Rivera revenge game. That'll be an interesting storyline to track there. I'm going to go with the Panthers at home just because, that was impressive last week against the Cardinals. I know Washington also impressive against Tampa Bay, but I don't know. It's just this feeling, home team. And I think their roster just collectively is better right now than Washington. So I don't know, kind of a coin flip game, but I'll take the Panthers. No idea what to make of these two teams after having bad losses and really good wins so far this year. So we'll split our picks there. Let's move on to another NFC team with another impressive victory. Excuse you. I'm trying to introduce this game, Jake.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We got the 49ers coming off an impressive win against the Rams last week, going against the Jags, who lost to the Colts last week. Short and sweet. I'll take the 49ers. I think they found something in themselves, or maybe the Rams are in the middle of a collapse. Maybe the Titans broke them on Sunday Night Football a couple weeks ago. I like how the Jags are fighting. Tough way to lose, fumbling the ball late in that game. But I like where the 49ers are right now as opposed to the Jags, and I think they get it done in Jacksonville. It's a long road trip, though. San Francisco,
that is a long way.
See if they can rally. But yeah, San Francisco for me. What about you?
I wanted to make this my upset lock of the week because you said it. I love how the Jags continue to fight in these games. And, give Urban Meyer his credit. I mean, this team is in the basement, and they had been since the start of the year. The whole scandal went down with Urban, but somehow they find themselves in Week 10 putting up a good fight against a divisional opponent in Indianapolis. So kudos to the Jags for still putting it together. But I am going to take San Francisco with their momentum from Monday night. It is a long road trip to the East Coast for them. That factored into the maybe upset, but I just can't quite hit the Jaguars button. I got the 49ers in this one.
Yeah. All right. We've got 49ers. We got a big AFC matchup here next up, starting off the afternoon slate of games. Two teams, Jake, that were kind of the surprise teams in the AFC. They both started out 5-2, and now both have dropped 2 straight. First one being the Cincinnati Bengals, who are coming off the bye week. And they've got to play the Raiders in Las Vegas, who's coming off of that crushing defeat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, my gosh. Here comes Kansas City. It makes me sick. But we'll get to that game next. I think the bye week is what the doctor ordered for the Bengals. I like them here. I like them here on the road. I think they have a bounce back win. You're kind of starting to see the Raiders, I think, fall apart more here. I think they have less to, fall back on, with a lot of distractions going on with Gruden and then what happened with Henry Ruggs and there's a lot going on with the Raiders right now. And the Bengals have had a week to rest and recoup, and I think that benefits them more here. With the Raiders, coming off a short week. It seems like this happens too much, Jake, where you have a team coming off on bye, playing a team that played a night game on prime time, and so they're having a short week. So I don't know what's going on here. But again, that's the case, and I think the Bengals benefit and get the dub. What about you?
I also think the Bengals are going to go on the road and get it done. I mean, you said it. The Raiders are starting to kind of crack and collapse a little bit. I think the weight of all those distractions is kind of compounding, and they had a huge opportunity laid out in front of them on Sunday night with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they let up 40-plus points in an absolute blowout loss. So that might have been kind of I don't want to say the nail in the coffin for the Raiders because they're right there in it. They're right in the thick of the chase. But, you're starting to see them kind of fall. Cincinnati coming off the bye. I got the Bengals. Who day, Justin?
Who day this time? We got both who dat and who day today.
Yes, we do.
Man, this is just such a huge game because both of these teams look to be, they'll still have their sights set on their respective divisions if whoever wins this game, but they're definitely going to be sitting good for a wild card spot, and they would also have obviously the tiebreaker over whoever wins here, the team they beat. So big time game, almost like a playoff saving win here for both teams that they're going to be looking forward to. But we both got who day. Or who dat? Oh, I can't.
Who day?
I'm done. I'm not referring to them as that anymore. All right, let's move on. This is going to be a good one. We got the Cowboys playing the Chiefs. Are the Chiefs fully back, Jake? This is going to be a good test for them going against this Dallas Cowboys team. Who you got? I'm going to throw it to you first.
It's looking more and more true each week, Justin. I said Aaron Rodgers getting COVID and letting the Chiefs win that football game. Keyword letting. The Chiefs scored 13 points in that Green Bay game. I'm going to come back to it all year, especially if Kansas City makes a playoff run. But Aaron Rodgers getting COVID, solely responsible for the Chiefs getting back in the driver's seat in the AFC West. You saw them come back to life in that Raiders game on Sunday night. And I am letting my rooting interest get in the way because I don't fully trust this Cowboys team to do it. But the Chiefs defense still got problems. I don't think the Raiders are that good. I think the Chiefs have kind of had the Raiders number in past years. So I'm going to go with Dallas on the road. And this is kind of the measuring stick to see if the Chiefs are back, if you will.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm also going to take the Cowboys. I think it does have a lot to do with my rooting interest, though. I'm a little biased. Dude, I don't want to see the Chiefs. We've had 3 years of Chiefs AFC champions. It's over. It's done. Let a new team ascend. Like the Titans, possibly, probably. Oh no.
Oh,
that was not a good look. Bad luck.
Yep, bad sign. Let the Titans ascend, fall.
Titans ascend, crash. Okay, let's rewind this back here. The Cowboys, they've got to be able to find some favorable matchups against this Chiefs defense that have been leaky all season. They've been playing better, in recent weeks. They got to play the Packers without Aaron Rodgers, and they also beat the Giants recently in this kind of comeback string of wins that they've been putting together. But I like Dak and the weapons there to be able to get it done and do enough and possibly beat the Chiefs in a shootout. Hopefully their defense can lock them down. But yeah, I like the Cowboys to win here, and it would just be nice. It's, Chiefs are a scary team whenever they're catching fire. They almost seem unstoppable. And man, the Titans, that's so impressive. I still can't believe we beat them 27-3 a few weeks ago. So this Chiefs team still has not convinced me that they are back to the Chiefs teams of old, or from 2 years ago and last year. So we'll see. This is probably the biggest test of the season for them. I got Cowboys too. So that's both of us here with the Cowboys. Now we are back into a divisional matchup here in the NFC West. We got the 8-2 Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. Ooh, Russell Wilson did not help at all. He literally didn't put up a single point against the Green Bay Packers. What is going on, Russell Wilson? Is his finger still bothering him? Maybe, probably. Is Kyler Murray going to be back for the Cardinals? Either way, I got to go with the Cardinals. I got to think that they bounce back. I mean, you're missing your stars, Cardinals. So you got to get them back. And even if they don't have them back, Seattle, I just can't pick them, dude. They just are not playing well. So I got the Cardinals either way, with or without Kyler. What about you?
I also have the Cardinals with Kyler. If Colt McCoy's starting, more inclined to take Russell Wilson and company on the other side. But I think Kyler is on track to play. I heard he's saying he's feeling good, getting closer and closer. So maybe look for Arizona to get their star power back. And yeah, it's about time to bury the Seattle run that they've had throughout the 2010s, and I guess last year I think they squeaked into the playoffs. But I don't know what is wrong with Seattle. Is Pete Carroll on the way out? He's got to be on the verge of retirement, being the oldest coach in the NFL. And I just think their time is maybe up, Justin, as sad as it is in Seattle. So give me the Arizona Cardinals based on the fact that Kyler Murray is going to play. Knock on wood.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Seattle is almost looking to maybe try to do another rebuild. Or I don't know. Have they ever gone through a rebuild? It seems like they make the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
They've just been a good, consistent team, and it's finally just kind of getting unhinged here. Fallen off. If they have fallen off now. Let's move on to the Sunday night game. Another intriguing AFC matchup here. We're gonna learn a lot, I think, about these AFC teams after this week. It'll start to shuffle out the mess of all these 5-win, 4-win teams here. We got the Steelers coming off that tie against the Lions, but without Big Ben, traveling to LA to take on the Chargers, who are also coming off a loss. Man, both teams need this game if they're going to remain playoff hopefuls. I just have this feeling the Chargers are going to bounce back and win. The Steelers, I know you didn't have Big Ben, but you got to be able to take down the Detroit Lions when you play them. And disappointing that they were not able to do that. I think the Chargers will bounce back here with the win. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm just not a fan really of the Los Angeles Chargers. They haven't really proven anything to me this week or this year. I know they came out of the gates hot. Justin Herbert was an early MVP candidate. That talk has surely been silenced by week 11 here. And, when it comes down to these later November games, early December, you just got to go with the grittier football team. And as much as this might be a dumb pick, I'm going to take the Steelers on the road here, especially if Big Ben comes back. As old and as immobile, to put it nicely, Big Ben has been, I still think he makes a world of difference, because I don't think they lose to the Detroit Lions last week if Big Ben does play that game. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road here just because I'm not sold on the Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers still have a lot to prove for sure. That's not a dumb pick whatsoever. I am kind of surprised to see the line at Chargers -6. So do they know something? Are they not expecting Big Ben to come back? I don't know. But, you got there's still kind of good defense that can help them hang around in games. So that they certainly could win this game. But I like it. I like that we split on that one. Monday Night Football, kind of a matchup. Because we got the Giants. We got the Giants going on the road to play the Bucs. So we'll get to see how the Bucs rebound after a bad loss to Washington. Could it be 2 straight bad losses for the Tom Brady Buccaneers, both to NFC East teams? I don't see it. I don't have a lot to say about this game, but you got to think that Tom Brady's not going to let his team lose 2 straight bad games to sub 500 teams in back-to-back weeks. I got the Bucs. What about you?
You said it. This is a layup of a pick. Tom Brady not going to drop, just like you said, back-to-back games to losing teams. So laying it up, taking the easy one, going with Tampa Bay on Monday night. Tannehill.
Is that the Ryan Tannehill?
Yes, it is. Of course. My feet were under the desk, doing the Jordan pose. You just didn't get the full body.
I like it. Hopefully we'll get to see that a couple times against the Texans this week, who the Titans will host.
Great segue.
In our final pick of the week. I mean, you set me up for it. You set up the layup, the finger roll. So we'll get to see what this team looks like without Derrick Henry against a team that does not have a top 5 defense. Titans were able to get through the Rams and the Saints defense. So what is this offense going to look like against this Texans defense? Should be a good game to watch. And, I think a lot of people are expecting the Titans to come in here and take care of business. But as we've seen, there are no gimme wins in the NFL. And we've already dropped the aforementioned Jets game. A bad loss to a bad team. It could always happen. Could happen here again, of course, but we'll get more in depth into this game on our preview video in the next couple days. But I'll keep it short and sweet. Got the Titans to take care of business, make it 7 in a row, and continue to put a stranglehold on this division. And we'll be at 4-0 in the AFC South. So, it's going to be looking good if we're able to take care of business here. Jake, what do you think?
Absolutely. It's an any given Sunday mentality. And I think Mike Vrabel is really good at keeping this Titans team on task. And they've already had the huge letdown to a largely inferior opponent in the Jets. So I think they're keeping up on their homework. They're working hard. They're not letting any, aforementioned, again, trips to New England next week, which could be a huge game in determining the AFC number 1 seed down the line. So I don't think the Titans are quite looking ahead yet. Divisional games always are a little bit of a toss-up and a struggle. Not that I think this game is necessarily a toss-up, but Titans favor big. And yes, I have Mike Vrabel and the boys taking care of business this weekend. Give me the Titans.
Gotta love it. You just get a feeling that this team really is locked in and focused, not going to overlook anything. I'm saying all that now. We'll see what happens Sunday, but you got to feel good about this team and the mindset. And I think that is a Mike Vrabel effect, and we're not overlooking anybody. So hopefully we can get it done and remain on top of the AFC. It's been a great season so far, Jake, and I don't want to see it end with anything other than hoisting a Lombardi trophy. Yes, we gotta keep it going. We got to keep tightening up, and that's going to do it for our picks. So what do you guys think? Let us know. Give us a comment, give us a shout out, or whatever you want to do in the comments. Say anything, literally anything, and we will appreciate it.
I don't know about anything, Justin. The internet can be a kind of a mean place, but
that's true. Don't be mean.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Hope you guys like the video. Stay tuned for the Titans and Texans preview coming soon. And everybody have a great football weekend. Peace out and tighten up.
Peace out and tighten up.